the Calvari Republic. For centuries, their name was a synonym for peace and progress. Across 100 worlds, their civilization thrived, a beacon of art, science, and harmony. Their cities were masterpieces of crystalline light, nestled in landscapes of breathtaking beauty. They had no enemies, for they had wronged no one. They believed in the inherent goodness of the galaxy, a belief that would soon be tested in the cruelest way imaginable. Without warning, the sky tore open. A fleet of unknown origin, jagged and menacing, descended upon the Calvari homeworld. Their weapons were brutal, indiscriminate. The tranquil cities became infernos. The Calvari Defense Force, designed more for patrol than for war, was shattered within hours. Oz. As their world burned, they did the only thing they could. They sent out a desperate cry for help, a distress signal launched into the void, carrying the last hopes of a dying people. Their closest allies, the Zynthians, were the first to receive the call. The Zynthian High Council convened. They saw the Calvari's plight. They saw the overwhelming power of the invaders, and they made a cold, calculated decision. Intervening was too risky. The cost was too high. They silenced the channel and turned their backs, leaving the Calvari to their fate. The distress signal, unheard by those who should have answered, continued its lonely journey through the silent darkness of space, a ghost of a voice crying for a savior. For weeks, it traveled, its signal growing weaker with every light year. It passed dead stars and nascent nebulae, a forgotten plea in the cosmic ocean. But then, by sheer chance, it brushed against a forgotten listening post on the edge of charted space. Array, an old, outdated array, belonging to a species most of the galaxy had written off as reclusive, primitive, and dangerously unpredictable humanity. The signal, faint and distorted, was logged, analyzed, and sent up the chain of command. On Earth, and on its colony worlds across the Sol system, a decision was made. Back in the Calvari system, the end seemed near. The invaders had established orbital dominance, their bombardment relentless. The last pockets of Calvari resistance were being systematically wiped out. Hope was a forgotten luxury. Then, something impossible happened. Space-time itself seemed to ripple, to tear at the seams. Not with the chaotic energy of the invaders, but with something clean, precise, and immense. Wards. After another, gateways of pure light opened in the void. From them emerged warships, hundreds of them. They weren't like the invaders' brutalist hulks or the Calvara's elegant cruisers. These ships were slabs of armor and engines, bristling with weapon emplacements. They were gray, functional, and utterly terrifying in their sheer scale and number. 300 warships, a fleet larger than any seen in this quadrant for a millennium, arranged themselves in perfect battle formation. The invaders' communications channels, once filled with triumphant gloating, fell into a stunned, horrified silence. On their view screens, a single, unfamiliar symbol blazed, the sigil of the Terran Armada. The Deathworlders had arrived. The human fleet didn't wait for a response. A single command echoed across their network. Engage! What followed wasn't a battle, it was a reckoning. Human ships moved with a terrifying, coordinated grace. Lances of pure energy, far more advanced than anything the invaders possessed, sliced through enemy hulls. Swarms of strike craft, piloted with reckless precision, descended upon the enemy fleet like angry hornets. The invaders, who had known only victory, were suddenly on the defensive. Then they were Then they were simply annihilated. Within an hour, the skies above Calvari Prime were clear. The fires on the surface still burned, but the orbital threat was gone. A lone human vessel, the flagship TCS Everest, moved into a high orbit. A channel was opened, broadcasting on all frequencies. A face appeared on the screens of the shocked Calvari survivors. He was an older man, his face lined with experience, his eyes holding a quiet, unshakable resolve. This was Admiral Blake, commander of the Terran Expeditionary Fleet. He began to speak, his voice calm but carrying an undeniable weight of authority. "This is Admiral Blake of the Terran Combined Fleet. To the people of the Calvari Republic, we received your distress call. We are here to help." A Calvari diplomat, her voice trembling with a mixture of shock and gratitude, responded, We don't understand. Why? We have no treaty, no alliance. We have nothing to offer you. Why would you risk so much for us?" Admiral Blake's expression softened, just for a moment. He looked not just at the diplomat, but at all the survivors, at the galaxy itself. "We're not here for a reward. We're not here for territory or for tribute. We're not here to collect a debt." He paused, letting his words sink in. "We're here because we heard someone calling for help. We're here because it was the right thing to do. In the corner of the galaxy we call home. That's reason enough." In that moment, everything the galaxy thought it knew about humanity became obsolete. They weren't just chaotic Deathworlders, they were protectors. They were the ones who answered the call when all others fell silent. A new legend was born in the fires above Calvari Prime. The legend of humanity, the galaxy's unexpected and unwavering shield. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more tailies from across the cosmos.